my perception was I'm gonna see a very conservative country, and that is gonna be a very limited resourceful country. That's what my perception before moving here, or not before moving here, before visiting the Philippines, because I visited it before moving. So my perception of my life was the Philippines was a very conservative, which is not the case, and they are very liberal. You know, very similar, or maybe a little. I believe a little bit more liberal than where I come from, and the country is not as it's not resource limitation. There are no limitations of resources. The Philippines, compared to many cities in US, like if you go to cities like BGC or Makati or Ortigas, they are very more advanced compared to many cities in the states. I I think you I don't. It's hard. It's hard to answer because in my experience, I think because the way we behave, we are a more outspoken country. We can speak up and say things that I pretty sure here you're not allowed to, or you are limited. So they see us as more as challenging person, more authority challenges. Like we are more stronger voice and meaning, but they see that as a negative because you guys not used to it. So I think they see foreigners that are more. They see it as a rude, right? But we come from the way we behave is not rude. We just have more liberty in the way we speak or behave, or when we. But you guys are not used to that. So because you're not used to that, you see that as rude. That like why you speak up, why speak back to me that way. I think that's the only perception I see it, but I think it's based on cultures. That's all. I'll give you an example with me. When I talk loud. Filipinos, you only talk loud if you're drinking or if you're upset. In the yeah, in the meantime, you speak very low, like extremely low. Like it's hard to listen. Like why you they sometimes people talk to me like why you just and we are face to face and I can't even hear them. They really speak low. The way of speaking is just you have a different, more passive tone on the way you speak than us, and it's funny. It's funny because every time I open my mouth, people thinking I'm upset, and it's not. That's just the way I talk. I think one of the adjustments is one of them is traffic. We go for traffic, and it's because Philippines is very small compared to the amount of people, right? You have 100 and something million of people in a territory smaller than New York State to have so so many people. So everything is heavily condensed and crowded. I think that and no disrespect. Right? I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. It's that in general, I guess because of so many, it's the lack of discipline. Like, and I give you an example. When we come from, we do when you go to government office, right? You do the line and you wait to be called, right? We are programmed to be that way. You wait your turn. Here, when I came, when I go to do a diligent, I'm like in the line, and the people come around me and they start jumping the line, like, and I and I'm like, and then I talk to the person who is doing the service, like, don't you see I was here first, and they don't care either. It's like it's normal, like so you get used to it, and it's hard. But now when you go to the places, you need to make sure that you don't you just walk to the person, you don't wait for to be called, you just try, you know what I mean? It's that's but it's not, I don't do it in a wrong way. It just you don't have that or discipline. So it's struggling. It was struggling at first, but I'm used to it now. Now I make sure that I I jump in and I go directly to the person. I don't ask permission. I just try to blend in. To be honest, that's the reason I haven't learned Tagalog, because even the people who doesn't know English, they actually can understand a little and can communicate, and cross, communicate the message, and hardly but understandable. So I everywhere I go, it's very, even in the provinces, it's very impressive that the country is extremely knowledgeable in the English language. Like even people who doesn't barely speak, they get a few words and you can communicate, and it's been easy. That's why I haven't learned Tagalog at all, because I never had the need.